Evening, guys. Welcome to Football with Brownie. Hope you're well, keeping safe, keeping each other safe, and spreading love during this pandemic. Because, Steve, we all need a little bit of loving.
We do.
Tell that to the Russian who I haven't picked up this afternoon. But never mind, that's another thing. That's another thing. Right. There you go. Alan and the guys, away day of Prel. Get you 10% off. awaydayofprel.co.uk. You have to quote Football with Brownie. Capital F, capital W, capital B. Get you a new clobber. We're ready to want to go football. Please like, share, subscribe. Football with Brownie on YouTube. That's my Twitter handle. Facebook page. Hitting the 700 mark on the Facebook page and Insta. And by public demand, you guys wanted me to put that on as well, right? So there you go. Back by public demand. We are now changing the title of this show on a Friday.
We getting paid, Browner?
Well, you know, we'll have to negotiate.
Didn't tell me
90-10 or 80-20 max. Never mind. Right. Anyway, Steve. Back by public demand. It is Friday night now. It's going to be the Brownie and Daya show. What the fucking hell have you convinced me to do? I don't know, but you know, they seem to love it. They seem to love it.
Eh?
They seem to love it.
Well, it's not surprising with our looks, Brownie, to be honest with you, mate.
Well, I've always had a look for radio, Steve. I don't know about you.
Well, you certainly ain't got the voice for radio, have you?
You know.
Anyway, how are you, mate? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. I had a shit day today, work-wise, as you know. But you know, just have to dust yourself down and move on.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
You all right, mate?
How about yourself?
Yeah, good day, mate. Good day. Yeah, been busy, mate, to be honest. Lot of work on it at the minute. Vans all over the place. Decent drivers these days. So, you know, we got rid of the drivers.
God.
And they went on to make YouTube videos and stuff, you know. But
You're a twat at times. Right, we got Richard in the house in the comments.
You know what, mate? I just had me Chinese. I got up me chinny. Hang on. I was backwards on this camera.
No, I know.
Yeah. Go on, mate. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, there you go. Right. So where do we start? Can't start anywhere else, Steve, rather than that derby last Saturday evening. And you were 50% right.
Well, no. The goal, I would say, I was more than 50%, to be honest, Browner.
Well, hang on. You said 1-0 Cardiff, Kiefer Moore.
Correct. That was correct, yeah.
So it was 1-0.
Yeah, Kiefer Moore was close to the ball.
God.
He was in the box, wasn't he?
Hey guys, anyone watching, I did pre-warn you guys. You would lose the favour if you took him up on that bet.
Good bet, mate. Aidan Flint's fault. No need. He was goal hanging, mate. Remember the old days of goal hanging?
Oh yeah.
I'll put him down as a goal hanger.
But, I tell you what, though, Steve.
I told you though, mate.
I tell you what, listen, he was an outcast before Mick McCarthy came in. Mick McCarthy's now come in.
I'm not being funny, but I don't think Neil Harris had a clue how to use players, mate. To be honest, you know, it's to be fair to Mick McCarthy, he set the game plan up right. Yeah. It's obvious that Swansea are going to play the more passing and fluent football and have most of the possession, but the game plan was bang on. In my opinion, the goal come a little bit earlier than I thought it would.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I know.
I always said Cardiff would win it 1-0. Came earlier than I thought it would, but fair play. And then from that, then they had to park the bus, basically.
Yeah.
And fair play, they done it right, mate.
They done it right. They done it right.
Yeah.
Well, what's your opinion, Steve? Do you prefer a flat back four, or do you prefer the three centre halves, basically a five at the back type of thing?
I think it works both ways, mate. To be honest, I think it depends who your opposition are.
Yeah.
Good managers change systems and have players who can adapt systems to win a game of football. So I don't think there's any set preference, really. But personally, both ways, mate. I don't think there's a fight. Hey, as long as you get the win at the end of the day, isn't it? Yeah.
Was that your tactic when you were in charge of Cowbridge Town or not?
No, we had more systems, mate. We had more systems than anything there because we had the knowledge of football.
I can imagine you being Mike Bassett. 4-4-2.
No. We played 4-4-2, mate. With my special coaching skills. Yeah, we were right, mate. We were right. But to be honest with you, because when it was the younger kids, always played three at the back. Now, three centre halves, gives you more outfield players. But kids can't cross the ball further from the wing. Never have to worry about wingers at that age because a winger can't kick the ball across anyway. Yeah. So why do you need a fourth one? You don't need it, right? Especially in the pitches are narrow as well. We won the league playing three at the back.
You lived over years, Steve, and the pitches grow as the kids grow in age.
Well, in Spain they do it properly, don't they?
Yeah.
Same as in Holland, isn't it? But Spain play, for kids football's fantastic. When I'm in Spain, and I do a bit of coaching in Spain now and again, and the facilities are better. Yeah. Obviously you got the better climate as well, haven't you? But grassroots football in the UK, mate, you see kids still playing on sloping pitches full of mud and puddles and all the rest of it, don't you?
But you know what? As a kid,
that's why England won the World Cups in 1966.
I know.
Miles
behind. Say again, mate. What kind of show is this? Fuck it, the worst ever. Of course it's the worst ever. It's fucking Brownie and Daya.
Yeah, chuck £5 into PayPal instead of shouting insults, son.
Yeah. There you go. Fucking hell. Can you imagine if that PayPal was a bloody swear box? Me and you would bloody...
would be.
Right. Here we go. West Ham Arsenal, Steve. What's your opinion?
I'll tell you a funny story behind that, mate. When we were 3-0 up 17 minutes, I was having my Sunday dinner actually, sat at the table, watching the football on. 3-0 in, what was it? 3-0 up 17 minutes. I thought, fuck it, what's going on here? We were on fire. And I thought, my next door neighbour is an Arsenal fan, right? Good old girl she is. So I ripped my shirt off when it stuck it on her washing line outside her kitchen window. When I'd done it, I thought to myself, is that a bit premature? This. Fucking hell, 3-1. But from 3-1, I just had a feeling. And my son was on the blower, George, on a test, and he's obviously big West Ham. And he said, we're going to lose this, he said. I thought, nah, you're going to lose it. But the more it went on, the biggest problem was it letting them score just before half-time. If we got in 3-0 at half-time, I think it would have been a different game altogether. And the luck didn't really go with us either. All right, we're 3-0 up, but we hit the post and the bar and whatever. And if they'd gone in, there's times when we should have finished it, But we didn't finish it. And they came back. And
let me quote a couple of things to you, Steve, yeah?
Yeah.
I think now the strength and depth is showing at West Ham. The bench is terrible. When you've got two goalkeepers on a bench, that's a telltale sign. Moyes done the wrong substitution at the wrong time. I don't think Ben Rama should have come off.
Well, I didn't think that either, mate. But I thought it was an awful decision, and he's got something about taking Ben Rama off all the time.
Yeah.
And I thought he was going on the first substitution. He went on the second one, if I remember, didn't he, this time? But did he go on the second one? Yeah. But I don't know, mate. I don't know. There's something wrong. Ben Rama, what a player. But
he needs a goal, Steve, doesn't he? He needs a goal.
He needs a goal. Of course he does. But that'd come. But I just think Moyes is, I don't know.
It's like he's scared of the bigger teams.
Oh, Moyes is, mate. Moyes is. When I tell you, especially Man United, when a few years back, went up to Old Trafford, and after the game was in, with the players and whatever, and was it Phil Neville was there at the time, wasn't it? And I said, I can't. He said, and Moyes was at Man United. And Big Sam I went out with Big Sam and that, and Moyes, we talked to Phil. He said he doesn't seem to be. I think we drew 0-0. I think at the time, and he said Moyes is shit scared. He can't adapt to the institution of Manchester, Man United.
Okay.
And I said, what do you mean? He said, because obviously he was at Everton with him as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. That's right.
He said he's nowhere near. It's just the institution. He can't. It's taking time to settle in, taking time to adapt. And to be fair, I don't think Man United give him long enough. You're going, especially if you're going in after Ferguson, isn't it? For fuck's sake.
It's a poison chalice, but it doesn't help us, Steve. Which allegedly, and we have to say allegedly,
shagging.
When there's Wilfred Zaha goes shagging his daughter and impregnates his daughter. I'm sure that wouldn't fucking help.
That wouldn't help.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, of course, but
who ends up in Cardiff?
Yeah, true. But I think Moyes has got a thing, a monkey on his shoulder, so to speak, over Man United, and he bottles it, mate. In my opinion, playing Man United the way we did was shocking, and I'd rather go and lose 4-0 and have a go than lose 1-0 or whatever and just park in the bus. It
kind of reminded me of that FA Cup final when he was in charge of Everton, and Louis Zaha scored in the first few minutes against Chelsea, and he basically tried to shut the shop for 88 fucking minutes at Wembley against Chelsea, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. If you shut the door on that sort of time, that the chance of you holding out.
Yeah, I know.
They bring it on. He bottles it, and I don't know. And he does it. It's not the first time he done it. He done it in the FA Cup and all.
Yeah,
it's Man United. I know we play. Hey, there's no such thing at the moment as a home game and an away game, is there? There's no fucking crowd there. It's like turning out on the training pitch, really, isn't it? Right?
No, you're right. I hate it.
You look at the fixtures and the scores this year, right? There's no away game results in there, is there? You haven't got 60,000 calling you out. It's just a pitch. So, to go to Old Trafford and bottle it like that, I'd have rather seen him go have a go. I wouldn't give a shit if he'd come back, played well, but lost 3-0. I'd rather that lose 1-0, parking the bus, To be honest, it was like watching paint dry.
Or like Cowbridge Town on a Saturday morning, yeah?
No. That was all
Right. Well, okay. Do you know what have hit the news in the last few hours?
Say again, mate. I missed you there.
You know what? Hang on. Let me go in the comments first, yeah? We got Phoebe. Phoebe hadn't come in a chat before, so hi, Phoebe. Hope you're well. Please subscribe and all that palaver. Right. Steve, do you know what's been happening or what's come out in the news in the last few hours regarding certain West Ham player?
Yeah. You obviously on about Jared Bowen, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. What do you think?
It's not news, though, is it? It's not news, is it? It's bollocks.
Okay. Well, it can't be bollocks because it's out there. You know, bloody hell.
Where's the news? He was 15. Where's the fucking, call out the troll? Some fucking sad troll has trawled through his Twitter fucking profile back to when the kid was 15. How many mistakes did you make in 15, Browner?
Oh, too many.
I could fucking listen, but the show's not long enough tonight, isn't it? Right? And that was after being 15, mate. So some sad bastard goes through a lad's Facebook page back to when he was 15. And then fucking what year are we in now? 2021. So what was he in 15? 2013, I suppose it would have been 2012. Come on. Fucking toxic, mate. Fucking Twitter's fucking toxic. And fucking anything to do with social media, mate, is fucking pathetic. Right? It's a fucking keyboard warrior fucking land. Yeah? There's no way it could even be, that shouldn't even be in the news, mate. It's pathetic.
Right.
So how's that?
I'm just asking one question. I'm asking you one question. I'm asking you one question.
Well, hurry up, then. You said that fucking phrase.
I know. I'm trying to word it correctly if I can. When you hear all these, like, I'm going to say it, call them out, chavvy stories, and it's like, and people say, look, you blame the parents, or what, I'm trying to say, are you a blame a parent type of person or not?
Well, blaming a parent for what? In this instance?
Well, he made a racist comment. Let's just say he made a racist comment.
He said one naughty word that back then, it was still quite offensive. Like, I'm not a racist by a long chalk. I got more black friends than I got white friends, as you know. But he was 15 when he said what he said, and it's not, you can't repeat. It was the N word. Obviously, you want it, Yeah. But, hey, let's be honest. Black people use that N word all the time. No, I'm not.
But okay, take away the West Ham affiliation. A normal person on the street, would you think? Are you of a mindset that
how many
type of attitude will come from
13, 14, 15-year-olds have used that word inappropriately? Yeah, at that age, they're kids, mate. They're kids.
Okay.
What sickens me is that some bastard goes and some sado, some troll, looks for something going back to somebody when just after puberty, really, isn't it? Right? Yeah, but it's true, isn't it? I can remember Aaron Ramsey when he changed his Twitter account, but you could scroll right back through to when he liked the fucking Sugar Babes or whatever they were, and
that's fair enough.
Mate, I think I know you use it. I very, very, very rarely use Twitter. I think it's the most toxic social media.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Everybody today says things they would never say to somebody's face, right? Yeah. And I think it's very sad how society's going. I'm glad I'm fucking 55, pushing 60, right? And being in this fucking world they're all growing up in. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking pathetic.
All right, well, let me put something to you. And I haven't told you this before. I know I haven't told you this before because it was long before we knew each other. Gerard Bowen's father, and this is why I try to pin you down on, would you blame the parents or something, right?
Right.
Gerard Bowen's father played for my hometown, Merthyrdale back in the day. You know that club in which we were going to.
I didn't know it. I always remember when the name Bowen comes up, mate. I always remember my good old mate Jason Bowen. Bowsy, top boy he was, but I don't. He's not related, no. But sorry, mate. Go on.
No worries. Anyway, they may have been like the equivalent of the Conference North or Conference South at level, or it could have been the actual old Vauxhall Conference. Anyway, I'm digressing a bit. Merthyr went to Aldrinham, and I just went on a lad's trip. I think it was like a stag stag party.
Right.
So we went up to Aldrinham, and about a week or two before, Gerard Bowen's father had an altercation with some Merthyr fans, or
He was playing for
his
Merthyr.
own fans.
He's playing for. Was he a Merthyr boy yet?
Yeah. Basically, he thought he was Billy Big Bollocks, if I'm honest with you. And then.
And he's Welsh. He's Welsh, is he? Yeah.
I think he's like from Hereford area.
Half Welsh. Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
no, I'm just thinking for the Welsh team, they could.
The abuse he gives his own fans at that time actually made the local news. So we all went to Aldrinham on a stag party, and yeah, I hold my hands up. I got a bit drunk.
Won't be the first time.
And that Joe Bowen's father, Sam Bowen, was a substitute during that game. And you know what non-league is like, bloody yeah, right. So he was warming up and down, and I was pissed, and so I give him a bit of grief, if I'm honest with you, because of what he said, a few weeks prior. I think he kind of like abused town of Merthyr, I think. I can't remember. Someone may bring it up. But anyway, he then turned round because he knew my background, my blood background and so on. And he called me, and I'm no problem at all on this and calling him out and saying, he called me a Spanish, see you next Tuesday. Well, then.
He knew you well then.
Then, that fucking, let's just say, annoyed me, right? I had, you know what non-league was like back in the day? You have a pint, basically you're having a pint on the sideline. So I finished the pint, but I still had the empty glass.
Right.
So I was still so angry with him, I jumped over the advertising board and I started chasing him over a pitch with the empty glass, with the empty pint glass, because I was so fucking angry what he said to me. And okay, give or take, it would have been about 5 years prior to when Gerard Bowen said that on Twitter. But I'm just wondering, the more I think of it, the more is a fucking link. I actually got arrested for that.
Yeah, but you can't blame him. Did he? Right. So he called you a Spanish. See you next Tuesday. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So where did he get the idea you were Spanish from?
Well, listen, it's Merthyr, Steve. It's not bloody. It wasn't Cardiff. Where bloody you're talking. So
was he?
It's well known. It's well known.
Right. Why were you so offended?
Because he called me a see you next Tuesday.
The Spanish bit is because he called you a cunt. Yeah. Well, that's not racist. Calling someone a CUNT, is it?
So why bring the culture into it then?
Well, you are Spanish.
Well, why bring the culture into it? That's what I'm trying to say.
If you had ginger hair and he called you a ginger, so and so, would you have been less offended? I don't think that's anything to do what his son's done, mate. Hey, don't get me wrong. All this race, I'm not a racist by a long shot. I hope I'm a multi. Well, I've lived in Spain with you and so forth. I don't live all over the bloody world. I've lived in China. I'm not racist. I've got black friends, gay friends, bloody all sorts, mate. Don't bother me. You are what you are, right? But racism, to me, maybe I'm an old dinosaur, I don't know. If it's offensive, it can be offensive to use certain words, right? If you really mean it so and so.
In a way, and he may not. He may not. Hang on. He may not take. He may not have known this, and I would accept he may not have known it, right? But if you want to go back in history, with the Spanish, because of the Spanish Civil War, many Spanish emigrated to Merthyr and helped with the steelworks and all that.
Right.
But what I'm saying, basically, you know, they were looked upon as in what nowadays, I suppose, in the UK, what the Eastern Europeans are like, you know? Oh yeah, they'll do the city jobs. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but racism. I don't see whether racism. I think racism. Of course, there's racist people out there, and it's wrong, right? But I don't see just because you come from one country to another, that's not racist, is it? All he done was called you a Spanish thing. You are half Spanish or whatever you are, right? And you're definitely a cunt. So. But no, it's like I don't see the. It's like I think, I think it's all gone over the top. This George Floyd thing, like obviously Formula One background, right?
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton, I think he's ruined himself with all this propaganda he throws out there. I watched this program on him on was it Drive to Survive, the new series, and he's going on about he's in the position now where he can do this and do something about it and that, but. It's all wrong, though. George Floyd was a criminal, right?
Oh, I know.
Everybody's forgotten it, right? And they all go, oh, this shouldn't have happened, this shouldn't have happened. Hey, I just think it's gone over the top. It's like...
that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
And I think all this taking...
Maybe I just thought, fucking hell, what coincidence.
But taking
he's come out of that years ago.
Get on with it. Black people play football. White people play football. Japanese, Koreans are playing football.
I know. I just thought he may have been a coincidence. That's why I brought it up. That's why I just thought
it's my thing. I mean, bringing politics into sport, it's just all wrong, mate. It's like you got things not taken.
It isn't really. It is and it isn't. Sometimes it can inject a bit of atmosphere into the grounds.
What can?
Bringing politics into sport.
Hey, if there's race, if you're going to go,
no. But what I'm saying is if the old firm Derby didn't have politics, it would just be another normal Derby. That's what I'm trying to say.
You mean Scotland? Yeah. I see that, but that's religion more than politics, isn't it? But come on, if football banter, there is a. I'm not saying football banter is right to be used in a racist way, right? But come on, you could say the Welsh are racist against the English and the English against the Welsh.
I just thought it was a bit of a coincidence. I just thought it was a bit of a coincidence. We were talking years ago, and that happened years ago.
Well, years ago. Years ago. I can remember going West Ham and people were chucking bananas at Clyde Best.
Yeah.
That's wrong. No, that's wrong.
Hang on, one sec, Steve. I'm going to have to. I'll send Frankie the link if I can.
All right, mate.
Sorry, mate. One second. No, I'll go off camera. You
the wrong things of racism in football was people chucking bananas at black players and all the rest of it, shouting out, "Take your boots off, you play better," and stuff like that. That's not right, But something on Twitter, one word, and you're picking on a kid from when he was 15.
No, I just thought it was a bit of a coincidence, but it was years ago, and my issue with his father was years ago. That's what I'm trying to get at.
It's got nothing to do with his old man, is it? He's 15 at the end of the day. He's made a mistake, right?
Well, fair enough.
And to be fair, this is the younger generation, and they use that word. Right? If he was black and had used that word, there's another angle on it. Nobody would have thought anything of it. Because you can go on Twitter and watch a black chap say that word. Right?
Yeah.
And it's all to do with a crew and whatever they bloody talk about these days, isn't it? Right? So he made a mistake. Well, of course he made a mistake at 15, but he's still growing up. So I think it's really sad. It's really sad.
It was a personal issue.
Yeah, what about the person
I
that
shouldn't have reacted the way I did react, but it was just. I just thought it was a bit of a coincidence. It was years ago, and we're talking.
Well, I'm more interested in what the refs say when you got a fan on a pitch chasing us.
No. I was arrested, right? I was arrested, taken to some bloody town centre police station, right?
Yeah.
And I completely forgot about it. You're talking ages ago now. Completely forgot about it, and probably talking 90s actually. Right? Anyway, so then, hang on, one sec.
Fucking hell. What are you doing?
Hang
I'm
on.
getting a beer while you're doing that.
Yeah, no, hang on. I'm back.
You need some donations to PayPal to buy you some decent backing equipment.
Completely forgot about it. I got arrested then with with a Cardiff bloody Cardiff issues, right?
Yeah.
And there's have you been arrested when I was in court? Have you been arrested in football before? He said. Have you been arrested in football before? I said no, I haven't. Because basically with Cardiff, they built the fucking case up against me over fucking 2 years. Do you know what I mean? And then they hit me with it. They hit me with it.
Yeah.
Right? I said no, at all. I'm done. Me. I am an innocent man. Do you know what I mean, Steve? I am an innocent man. But anyway, she said, and then the prosecutor, or whatever you want to call him, whatever fucking, right? He said, oh, no, that's incorrect. We got fucking Merthyr Altrincham. It got to be the fucking 90s, right? Completely forgot all about it. But because I come across as a fucking liar, because I said no in the first place, I made my fucking case fucking worse, didn't it? Fuck's sake.
What do you think of this taking of the knee, Brownie? Because I noticed on your show you've never ever mentioned it.
I don't mention it because I don't want to offend anybody.
Oh, nobody wants to say that. But let's be honest, black, white, whatever you are, people don't want it, especially in football. Even black players don't want it.
Yeah, but it's a growing. I accept that there is a growing number of players in which there's a growing number of players in which at first would have thought it was a positive and now thinking it's negative. I take that on board.
The thing is, black players now are realising there's a Marxist regime running Black Lives Matter rather than just a group of black people together. And there's an agenda behind it. And that's why...
there's agendas. Unfortunately, there's agendas behind everything, isn't there?
Right. My point is, though, I think things like this taking the knee, right, is bringing more highlight, the wrong highlight, onto instances of what you just asked me about, right?
Yeah.
The kid made a mistake at 15. Nobody would have looked that up if the agenda's not being brought up.
I tell you what. Right? I tell you what. I know Stephen Thomas is in the bloody chat. There you go. Hey, Steve, I got so many fucking splinters in my ass. I tell you. Anyway, and I tell you what, though, Steve. For people who haven't seen it yet, this morning I uploaded an old St. Greavesy show, and I watched it before I actually uploaded it. And I tell you, I don't think St. Greavesy would have been allowed to go out nowadays.
Well, there's that. Well, in sickness and in health couldn't either, could it? But,
no, I know. But it was,
I'll tell you a funny story about
St. Greavesy was midday kind of entertainment on a Saturday afternoon, wasn't it?
Really? Yeah, but St. Greavesy, right? I'll tell you a story. My mate Kerry Williams played for Merthyr, right? Good lad. Well, we always got Black Prince on a Thursday night, get rat-assed, right? Anyway, if you remember, I think the game was on was it a Wednesday night, the Atalanta Merthyr game?
Something like that, yeah, it would have been.
What was it? That was European Cup, wasn't it? Was it European Cup? So, Merthyr, you win 1-0, wasn't it? Was it
No,
1-1?
2-1 at home.
2-1. That was
2-1,
it.
yeah.
Harry scored then in goal, didn't he?
Yeah. No, he scored.
I'm sure he
He
scored.
scored the first one, and the second one was, he scored the first one, I think. Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so that was a Wednesday night, right? So he celebrates at the club. He's still on it. Thursday night, Black Prince, right? He hadn't been home. Rassed, right? So he says to me, and a few others, Dale Lee and a few other lads, oh, we might as well just stay out. So then we go into Cardiff, right? Night out there. Anyway, Friday lunchtime, we're sort of a bit hungover. He gets a phone call, right? Because he used to work through the tarmacking on.
Yeah, I was just going to say that because he done the tarmacking in my primary school a couple of days before the Atalanta game.
Yeah, well, yeah. So he gets a phone call. Well, he had a couple of phone calls. One from his boss saying, "Where are you?" And 2 ITV. They want him come and film him for the St. Greavesy show, tarmacking. He has to shoot up the Merthyr to or up the valleys to wherever he was meant to be tarmacking. To get his gear on. If you ever watch it, he's like this. And he's flying, absolutely flying. But and then of course they showed it on the Saturday, you know.
Yeah.
But there's a funny old one. But good lad, Kerry, you know. It's but for a Merthyr boy to get on a St. Greavesy back then, I was at 18.
Oh, incredible! I remember when they beat Newport because basically 1987 was the year of an underdog for cup finals because you had Coventry beat Tottenham in the FA Cup final. You had St Mirren beating Dundee United in the Scottish Cup final.
That's right.
Right, and then you had Merthyr beating Newport in the Welsh Cup final. It was a year of the underdog for the cup, and unfortunately, only Merthyr. Yeah, Coventry couldn't make because of high school. Coventry couldn't go to Europe because of it. Was it?
You're not trying to sell me the club again, are you?
Sorry?
You're not trying to sell me the club again, are you?
No. No.
On the pitch.
No, but just one of them things. I mean, just one of them things.
It's not just one of those things, though, because you brought it up, mate, and I just think it's wrong. And I think if society, all agree.
It's modern day for you, isn't it? It really annoys me. Some of people like to get offended, unfortunately, these days.
Oh, they do, mate. They do to make a song and dance about something. You know, I watched a video the other day. I was on Twitter or some bloody thing. I don't know what I was doing on there, but I ended up with somebody sent me the link to it on Twitter. And there's an argument going on between a 22-year-old black girl, right, and a 60-year-old woman on a train, right? And you could clearly see that the black girl tries to cause the argument with the white woman. She's actually accused of being racist because she moved seats. But she didn't move seats because she was black. She moved seats because she didn't want to have the rabble noise of a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
But then filming her and accusing her of being a racist. Now,
I'm sorry. I started all this now, if I'm honest with you. It started all. It was just a coincidence.
Yeah, but you hit a raw nerve with me because I just think, like, the biggest football agent I work with, or one of them, are all black. Right? They're all mates. We can all live in society without having to bring up these issues. Yeah?
Yeah, no.
Because the more you highlight these issues, right,
the more divisive it is.
The more it blows up.
Yeah.
Well, go back to Jared Bowen. The original question. He was 15. He's used one word. He's now a Premiership football player and a great season. Somebody wants to ruin his career or fuck him up. Right? That's the only reason that's being used. That ain't nothing to do with racism. That's having a pop at a West Ham player who made a mistake years ago.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
You know,
let's go
I could tell you my own son. He's probably used a naughty word way back and he got clipped round the ear for it. Right? Yeah.
Let's go on a chat.
But who's his godfather? He's a black football player.
Yeah. Right. James. Hi, James. Still cashing in from countries like China and Russia, countries with horrible human rights record. Hamilton does his head in, basically. Steve Thomas bringing communism into sport. Oh, here we go.
Well, no, he's right. He's right. It's a Marxist propaganda.
Oh, fucking hell.
No, it is, mate.
Dude, we'll have fucking Genghis Khan
People like you
coming
don't
on
want to
next.
discuss it, eh?
Genghis Khan will be the next fucking guest. Or
No, bring him on.
Ho Chi Minh will be fucking our guest next week. People actually go seeking to be offensive. Yeah.
I totally agree.
I said that.
I totally agree.
I said that as well. Right, why the hell did we go on to this? I tell you, why the hell did we go on to this? Right, international football, Steve. International football. Been internationals this week.
Right.
What's your opinion? Wales lost to Belgium. England beat San Marino.
Boring. I think international football. I'll tell you my view on international football. To be honest, I actually prefer watching Wales as the underdog team more than I watch my own country, England.
I was just going to say that. It seems more exciting. I
missed 15 minutes of my favourite soap, Emmerdale, yesterday because it hadn't started 7:15 because England are playing San Marino. Right? Who wants to watch England play San Marino? Right? Yeah. Don't get me wrong. England playing a decent side, I watch a good game of football. But that's not even competitive football, is it? Right? So, to be honest with you, mate, I didn't even watch it. I missed 15 minutes of Emmerdale because I got the timing wrong. It started 15 minutes early. Right? I thought, back in hell, England are playing, yeah. Had a quick look at the screen. 2-0, was it, in 10 minutes or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Turned over, mate. Turned over and watched Supersonic by Oasis on Netflix.
Well, I tell you what, I was on Jake's channel, young Jake, West Ham unofficial.
Jake Cox, yeah.
And,
good lad.
I brought it up.
Yeah, actually, I saw you on.
Gary Lineker must have fucking watched it because he brought
wearing
it up.
His own T-shirt, you dirty, smelly.
Leave it out.
Spanish.
Leave it out. I tell you what, right?
Wait, you think?
I tell you what, is that they do it with the Champions League and they do it with the Europa League. Why can't teams? I know it's a bit but why can't the minnows have a preliminary group stage, which would then allow?
Now, I saw somebody comment on this right on Jake's show yesterday. I did watch it because I missed Emmerdale. But no, I like Jake's show. It's a good little show, and he's a smashing little lad, isn't he? But and he runs a good show. To be fair, I think the boy's going places. But
definitely.
But no doubt about it. But one of his guests said, but the smaller teams won't improve if they don't play the bigger teams. Now, what a load of bollocks that is. Right? You don't improve.
I to be honest, I agree with what you said.
You probably couldn't say it on his show. He's 13, isn't he? But what a load of bollocks. Right? You don't improve in football getting smashed by a superior team. You don't learn nothing on the day apart from your crap. Right? But it's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
So a comment that I thought that point was farcical. Fans don't want to watch a game of football. If the fans were allowed in to watch England versus San Marino last night, they wouldn't have filled the stadium, right? But the prices wouldn't be lower because in San Marino wouldn't be a £5 or a £10, would it? Still be what? 60, 100 quid? Who wants to pay 60, 100 quid to go and watch San Marino?
Well, I tell you what, Steve, and for people want to see the videos, if you go right back to one of my earliest videos on my channel, I went to watch Gibraltar, because Gibraltar, you lived in Gibraltar. Gibraltar is what, 40 minutes away from me, right? And I went to witness their first ever home win, which was against Liechtenstein, because it was the Nations League type of thing.
You remember? You text me and asked me if I wanted to come, but I was busy.
Yeah, that's right, I did, yeah.
Right. He went in one, didn't he? And what did I say to you? Oh, I'm not going in Brown. I've moved, because obviously I lived in Ocean Village, Across the border, then up the Fengarola bit later, and I thought, I can't be fucked all. They never win. They never. What I say to you, they never win, Browner.
No,
and they won.
But they did. They did. Yeah. And you know what? Surely beating, okay, it was Liechtenstein, but winning games would do far more for the confidence of the football population than fucking get beaten bloody.
And when in Gibraltar, as you know, it's a lovely place to live and it's a lovely place to work, right? And it's got a very big community spirit, right?
Yeah, I think you could say that.
One day I'll move back. One day I'll move back there, and I'll never come back because it's probably my favourite place on the planet, to be honest. But everywhere, it's a united community. But that united community doesn't want to go and see their team get whooped 8-0, do they? That's no interest to them. As the minnow club, so something's got to change. So your bigger club fans, like the English and Italians and whatever, they don't want to be playing. Their fans don't want to be seeing those teams, and the fans of the little countries and the little clubs, or whatever you want to call them, don't want to be playing the big boys. You're going to get far more out of the small teams playing in their own competition, and something needs to be divided there.
And also as well, Steve, right? I think it makes a farce of statistics. Now, I'm not a fan of statistics anyway, apart from the final score, right? But what annoys me is that, for example, and I'm using this as an example, if England played, a few years ago, if England played Gibraltar, England win 9-0, Rooney scores 5. That's 5 on his. Bobby Charlton and the likes of. They didn't have the likes of San Marino home and away to be up against. So it kind of makes an absolute farce of
he scored 140 times for England, but then he only played in top 10 games and the rest against the minnows.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
It really annoys me, and anyway. Right, let's go on a chat anyway.
Go on
then. Right. James says San Marino has a population less than fucking Cavilli.
Exactly. It is.
I know. And Sam is in the house. Hi, Sam. Hope you're well. Look at these two lazy bastards. Sexist man east of Brecon Beacons. Well, thank you very much, Sam. And Steve from someone. He sounds like it. Yeah, he fucking looks like it as well. All the fucking cider he's been drinking over the years.
That's racist. I'm happy for that. You're racist. That could be construed. I'm lucky I didn't film that. I could get on Twitter now. I've been slammed by a racist.
No, but it's just. I can see the attraction of following an underdog when if I'm trying to imagine myself being an England fan. I tell you what, as a Welshman, no, it was right, but it's just boring shit, isn't it?
Well, it's not worth watching, mate.
No,
you're better off. It's 90 minutes of wasting your time.
Yeah.
What did it finish last night? 5-0, wasn't it? In the end.
Yeah.
The only reason I found that score out is because I asked you this afternoon, wasn't it? I wasn't interested.
That's right.
They're going to win. Did San Marino beat England once?
No, on the.
Yeah, no, there was a draw. I tell you why.
On the night of Wales Romania when
not that time. That was the Stuart Pearce time when he slipped up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Me and Moj, we were working in Prague, and on the way back, he wanted to go to watch Wales versus Germany. So we stayed at the team hotel but by fluke, we didn't even know they were staying there, and in Frankfurt, right? So we came back, got to Frankfurt, checked in there. I can't remember the name of the hotel, but as we walked in reception, John Toshak and all the boys are there, Dean Saunders, Roy Evans, all that. Anyway, it's a funny story, but I'm not going to tell it tonight. But it was hilarious. But and my mate at the time was the president of Welsh FA, and He was the I got to know him. He was the advertising manager of the bloody Free Ads in Cardiff. They come to me in a minute. Anyway, cut a long story short, Peter sorted us out a couple of tickets. And England, I'm sure, were playing San Marino the same night. But anyway, get down into Frankfurt. I got a stinking hanger because we went the next day. We had a night out in Frankfurt, and I was still hungover a bit and not feeling my best. And got in there in the Welsh end, and I thought, I'm not really. I tell you what, Welsh, this isn't being racist by a long chalk. I can't handle North Walians. Right? That's the same as
half my subscribers. You just
no, I think not personally, but when they're in with South Walians and North Walians.
Yeah, go on. I am listening.
They don't get on anyway. So after the national anthems and that, and I was feeling a bit rote, and England were playing, I'm sure it was San Marino. And I'm sure England lost, or they got knocked out or they didn't get the right result anyway. Maybe it's 1-1. But maybe a viewer can put me in the right position on that.
Well, that was the day in which Wales played Romania. Paul Borden. They needed a score by 7 clear goals.
Yeah.
And he lost, and he won 7-1. That was a Stuart Pearce slip.
Yeah, but this one was England went out for not doing what
they went out then. That was a Graham Taylor. I can't believe it. What I do not. Yeah, that was a Graham Taylor one.
Was it? That's what it was, wasn't it? Yeah, but something happened anyway. But there we go.
Anyway.
So, back to the original question: international football until it gets to the European Championships after the qualifiers, and then also the World Cup's the same. I don't pay much interest really.
Yeah, I know. It's a shame though. It's a shame of just how it's ever since your introduction of Premier League, really, Steve.
But there's another point though, and somebody mentioned it to me today. Right? Well, we had this conversation actually, me and Dan Hughes, and why does the whole why do 2 divisions have to stop because 11 English football players, or let's call it a squad then, 20 of them, are off to play for England or Wales?
Yeah, but it's because of Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland. Some of the other players are playing, aren't they?
Well, yeah, but maybe that's how to spice the Premiership. He's away on international duty today. Oh.
He used to be like that, though.
Yeah.
He used to be like that, especially in
Didn't have international breaks in the old days. It was just always away on international duty.
Yeah. Right, Sam will come back. It's Steve referring to a game. San Marino scored against England, first minute. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, that game.
Yeah. He is. You are on about that game. They had to win by 7 clear goals, and they won 7-1.
That's right.
It wasn't 7
Yeah.
There you go. Me and Sam, it took us a while. It took us a fucking while. It took us a while to fucking.
Yeah. I was in there, and it was like, let's go. I said to Mojo, let's go watch England in a bar. And he went, they're already losing 1-0. I said, fuck off. Anyway, there we go.
Yeah. What other news? What other news have happened this week? There has been other news, hasn't there? Fucking hell. I can't remember now. Right. Yeah. Champions League. Well, no. Chelsea. What's your feeling? You're a West Ham fan.
Can't stand.
What's your feelings since that Chelsea manager's taken over?
I try not to pay too much attention to them, really, because
I know, but they take it up that 4th position though in the Champions League.
Yeah, they are, but it's like any new man. Well, Frank Lampard, he was never going to make it anyway, was he? They weren't going to give him enough time. Yeah. And obviously, a lot of West Ham fans want him to fail anyway. the way he feels about us. But I know his dad. His dad's a lovely fella. And to be honest, I think Frank Lampard's all right. You take away the football banter side of it.
Yeah.
They didn't give him enough time out at Chelsea, and I think he was stupid to take the job at the time to think that he would make a difference. But it's early days yet again, mate, at Chelsea, isn't it, really? You see these managers coming at Chelsea, they start off well, but they're soon gone, aren't they? You know?
Exactly, I know.
It doesn't matter who you are going there. It's a poison chalice, that job.
And last thing, Steve, coming up to an hour now, and I am going to limit it on an hour tonight. Sorry, people watching, but Ramsey, finally, I say finally, what the hell? We're coming up to another transfer window.
Right.
There's been more and more fucking rumours about Ramsey leaving Juventus. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion of the situation, and you can come back, right? Ramsey is loving life in Juventus, loving life in Italy, making a shitload of money, right? I have absolute no doubt that Juventus are trying to fucking, go in with the media, trying to link him with this club, that club, that club, that club. But you know yourself, if Ramsey don't want to fucking move, there will be no fucking transfer.
It's twofold. That who says he's loving it in Italy?
I got my fucking contacts. He's loving it in Italy.
Right. But
he's basically following Bale's footsteps, and he'll wait until another until he's free agent again. Which you can't blame him for. You can't blame him for it. While I say that,
I think I'm surprised that Ramsey ever went abroad, and I'll tell you why. He was a very homey lad, right? He settled at Arsenal. Some people think him moving out of Cardiff or Philly. He wouldn't settle in London, but he did. To be fair, he shared with Chris Gunter in Chigwell, funny enough, and that was probably what settled him in. Gunter went to Tottenham, he went to Arsenal, and they've shared a flat up in an apartment up in Chigwell. Tottenham's training ground, Chigwell, and I think that's what settled him in at Arsenal, to be honest. And when I never had him as I never thought he'd go abroad, simply for that foreign, maybe matured a lot when he was at Arsenal, mind you know. But I never had him doing it. I'd still guess that he's not really settled there personally.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, he's got enough money, mate. He's one of those people who he's got enough money anyway. You can only have so much money in life, can't you? Right? He's not a greedy type of lad. He's earned a fortune at Arsenal. He's not a greedy type of lad, right? So I think he probably misses being at home himself. That's my opinion.
I have no doubt Bale is exactly the same.
Agent. So once a player mentions it,
that's
mate,
right. I know what you're going to
say.
Mention
it. Agents will bang around all the stories and all the links to get the bites. Yeah. What's he got left on his contract? A year, isn't it?
Two, I think. Two.
So he's going to move within that 2 years, I would have thought. I don't see him sitting it out in Juventus in Italy. Personally, would he go back to Arsenal under a different manager? Possibly. Would they have him back now, mind? They were they were sort of a bit, you know.
Yeah.
It's like they wanted him out at the end, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know, the contract, and they didn't offer him a new contract and all the rest of it. So there's probably a bit of history there. He ain't going to go to Spurs, is he? Cardiff? You having a laugh? What do you want to play?
This is my theory on it, yeah? I think you run...
I'm not winning the championship.
I think you run the contract out and you come back to Cardiff. I think you run the contract out, which will take him to what? 31. I think you come back to Cardiff.
Maybe later down the line. I never understand.
Maybe 33. Maybe it's another 2 years.
Something I never understand, right? Is when you've gone off in your career, and this isn't aimed at Ramsey. This is in general, right? Imagine it was me and you, right? You've had a massive career. You've made a fortune. You've got millions in the bank, right? And we're talking millions. We're not just talking 1 million, 2 million. We're talking shitloads, right? Why don't players before the end of their career, want to go and play for that club that they supported as a kid. Now, if it was me, let's just say I'd gone to Man United, right, and then I went to Milano, right, and then all I'd want to still do is what I don't want it as a kid, to play for West Ham United. And I never understand it. Like, players, all right, Bellamy went back to Cardiff, but Bellamy wasn't a Cardiff fan. No. He was a Liverpool fan, right? He done his stint at Liverpool, right? But there's not many, when you look at it, that go back to play for their club. Shearer did it in Newcastle, didn't he?
Yeah.
Shearer did what, he'd made the money at Blackburn and wherever, and he went back to his hometown club. Yeah, and he got offered for Man United here, left, right, centre. He said, "No, bollocks, I'm going to play for Newcastle." And I really admire him for that. There's not many people, if you look at it, actually do it. Go on, what? Where are you going now? Go on, you go off more and more like a yo-yo. Go on. So, there we are. Bottoms up, everyone. Anyway.
Sorry, man.
But it's just something that's always been a bugbear to me, that. I never get it. Even if, like, you know, even lower clubs, you know, not lower than Cardiff and whatever. You know, your Yeovil Towns, go back and give something back. Do you know what I mean? Because surely you want to play and have a crack at that club, you know?
Yeah. No, it's fair enough. What Sam says, Brownie and the Russians fan. Oh, Sam, I tell you, after the day I've had, mate. After the day I've had, fucking hell, I wish I was under a phone today, honestly. Sam, are they the same sources that you give the excellent? Oh, leave it out. Leave it out, will you?
Probably.
No, who are regarding, but, I mean, who are now is going, you're on about Liverpool or something, aren't they? Like, you're on about Ramsey going to Liverpool, but I can't see that, Steve. I can't see that.
Mate. I don't know on that one. That wouldn't surprise me, that move. Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Wouldn't surprise me at all. They've got to do some repairs at Liverpool, mate. What a great player Ramsey is, you know. Wouldn't surprise me at all, that.
Right, listen, I'm going to have to
Gareth Bell, then.
Make a move.
Hey, Gareth Bell. You going already, you? I was going to say Gareth Bell.
I'm going to have to. I did tell you.
Gareth Bell, though, last before we go, Gareth Bell, same minute. You know, he's come back to Tottenham, but apparently now he's gone back to Real Madrid.
Yeah. Well, he's running the contract out, and then he'll have one.
Yeah. He's going to run that one out, and then he.
That's exactly why I said Ramsey. So Ramsey's got to do the same.
Yeah, I think Ramsey's got more desire than Gareth Bell, though, mate.
Right, listen, I'm going to have to make a move. Sorry, guys, but I'm going to have to make a move.
Yeah, no. Off you go, Sam.
Right.
See you next time, you're Spanish. See you.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for joining, for watching maybe tomorrow or whenever. Before you leave, please hit the like, because the show last night had more dislikes than likes. Fucking cheeky bastards. But anyway, thanks, Steve. Much appreciated. We will see each other again next week.
Yeah, if I'm shout.
Well, we'd be looking forward to the next lot of Premier League games next week, wouldn't we? No international. Okay. You take care.
See you later, bud. Bye, mate.